Hi Virgo, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot readings from the heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading. So just to let you know, you've got 2 bonus readings on the website already, okay, on the YouTube channel already. You've got the How Does He, She Feel About Me, and also your extended love reading for the month of October 2017, alright. What you've also got is a general reading coming up now. This is between the 1st and the 15th of October. And really I just wanted to do general readings for those of you who don't really care about love, you don't really want to know about it, just things that are happening in general. We've also got a bonus love reading at the end of this reading for singles, because I felt the other 2 bonus readings were really sort of focusing on love, couples, people still in love, people who still got people around them, attached to people, and I just really wanted something purely for singles. So if this is you, you can have a look at the bonus reading at the end as well, okay? So without further ado, let's have a look at Virgo for a general reading between the 1st and the 15th of October. Universe Spirit, show me Virgo. Show me Virgo between the 1st and the 15th of October. Show me Virgo. What's going on for Virgo? What can you see coming in for Virgo between the 1st and the 15th of October? In general, just general for Virgo. Show me Virgo, Sun and Rising signs. Virgo, Sun and Rising signs. Virgo, Sun and Rising signs between the 1st and the 15th of October 2017. Show me. Alright, so we're going to split the deck into 3, like so. Alright, so you guys, the energies are around some form of a conflict here going on. Let's just lay out the other stuff. I mean, I think that the you now position, Virgo, is showing that, and there's broken friendships and everything here. This is fucked up, man. You guys are actually showing as the Magician in the reverse. So this is something you've done, Virgo. Don't shoot the messenger. This is the you now position. Alright, so Magicians in the reverse are usually con men. And I'm not calling any one of you a con man, but I think with the Magician in the reverse, you might have done something without the best of intentions, or not having the best of intentions, Virgo. And I think as a result of that, you've got a fight on your hands. So the energies around you is that there is a fight here, but it's saying that you are the Magician in the reverse. This is who you are. This is in your position. This is who you are. The you now position shows who you are in the situation, and apparently you're the Magician in the reverse. So this tells me that there's something that you're doing that's not 100% great, whichever way you want to look at it. It shows sometimes that the intention is, I mean, the Magician in the reverse can show a lack of willpower and lack of confidence, but you know, if you've got this energy here and it's filtering through to the energies around you being the 5 of Swords, I would probably look at this and think there's something that Virgo's done as the Magician in the reverse, and it's encouraged a fight or a conflict going on around you. The foundation of something is the situation is someone didn't want something. It might have been a water sign. Usually this is a Cancerian energy, Virgo, but this is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So in the foundation, what's caused the situation is somebody rejected someone here. Okay, so there was a rejection with that 5 of Cups, and around that rejection there was death in the reverse. Okay, so I think somebody rejected someone here, and I think around that there was the rejection involved death in the reverse, which is interesting, because if you're going to reject someone, you have it death in the upright. So there's a rejection, and around that we see an ending with the death card. But the death in the reverse is where there is no ending, or there is the inability to let go of a situation, or it's about trying to control a situation here. So I think that there was more of, I would probably look at these cards and say, it seems to me, Virgo, that somebody was using some form of mind tactic here. In the foundation there was a rejection, because 4 of Cups means a rejection. Somebody rejected someone. Somebody might have rejected you. Around that, the rejection seems to have been with death in the reverse. Not to fully end the thing, but maybe just to put a halt on the situation for the time being. I don't think the rejection involved ending whatever this situation was, but really just to put a little bit of a halt or a break on the situation. And your challenge has been, you're challenged by the Hanged Man, waiting. Alright, so I think your challenge is waiting to see what the outcome will be from this situation with that Hanged Man. And that's why you've got the 5 of Swords as being the energies. Because I think that there is something that you have done here, Virgo. So you're the Magician in the reverse. And I don't know whether you're the person that rejected someone with the idea with the death not to completely sever ties. Interesting reading so far. The most likely outcome, I'm going to get Aries on this. The most likely outcome will be the Six of Swords. Six of Swords can be a change of mind, most likely outcome. I think somebody's going to have a change of mind on this situation with the Six of Swords in the most likely outcome here. Because we've got here Four of Cups, somebody who's rejecting someone. As a result of that, the Five of Swords could be severance, cutting out. But the most likely outcome will be the Six of Swords. Somebody might say, well, they move on because the Six comes after the Five. You see? So you get Five of Swords, which is conflict, but we can see that conflict is overcome with the Six afterwards. So it could be that as well. We're going to have a look at the other areas and piece this together. The immediate future, Virgo, is the Ten of Coins. So the Ten of Coins could be family situations coming to you guys in the immediate future. It can be meetings, communication, socialising with others. You're going to experience the High Priestess. Somebody's going to be really quiet with you. High Priestess. It could be a Pisces person. It could be somebody who's trying to avoid you. Your hopes will be the King of Cups, so unconditional love, unconditional care, kindness, support. But I'm seeing broken friendships for some of you guys in the outcome, Virgo. Three of Cups in the reverse. And it's as a result of this High Priestess, somebody who's avoiding you, they're not speaking. Let's get Aries. I want to see what the situation is around you guys being the Magician in the reverse. What is the situation with Virgo being the Magician in the reverse, show me? Alright, so I think that you guys are showing us the Magician in the reverse because I think that you were not being honest with someone. I think your communication wasn't honest with someone. The situation is the Fool. I think you wanted to pursue something else, Virgo, but I think that you didn't really have the balls to be completely honest. I mean, even in the upright, the Magician, you know, the Magician takes on a whole different meaning anyway with the Magician in the reverse. If it's communication, you are kind of telling a bit of a white lie, but it's nothing near as bad as what the Magician in the reverse is. I think that the Magician, you guys showing us the Magician in the reverse, is somebody who's creating a huge illusion. You're really not being honest with this card in the reverse. And the situation was about you guys wanting to be free. You wanted to pursue new opportunities with the Fool energy. You wanted to also be free from something. In the Foundation, the situation was about unhappiness in a situation. Okay. And we're going to read it now as unhappiness in a situation. I want to see what the situation was about with this Four of Cups. Okay. Sorry if I go quiet. I'm just trying to think whether it was unhappiness or whether it was rejection. Because we've got to clarify the situation was about the Seven of Swords in the reverse. And Seven of Swords in the reverse is somebody who's being honest, who's being upfront. Okay, they're not hiding, they're not being underhanded. Alright, this is a card that says I apologise as well. Especially if somebody's being underhanded, they tend to go back to the scene of their crime. They tend to admit to something here. So, I think that this is so hard in a way because I'm reading you guys as the Magician. It's in the you now position. You are the Magician, Virgo. Okay, in the reverse. So you're not being 100% upfront here with this card. You're being a little bit underhanded with that Magician in the reverse. Because this is somebody who's being dishonest. He's often seen as a con man. I'm not saying that you guys are a con man, so don't take it wrong. But there was something that you weren't saying. There was something you were hiding. There was something you're being really kind of dodgy about with that Magician in the reverse. And the situation was the Fool. So the situation is about having a fresh start. You know, doing something new, pursuing new options. Or I think that you were being very, very shady about new options or new opportunities you guys already had. And the situation in your Foundation, it's the Four of Cups. So I think that you might have, I don't know whether I think that you might have rejected someone or something here with this Four of Cups. And the situation is around the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Now, the Seven of Swords in the reverse is all about being open, being clear, being not secretive, but it's also, for me, when it's in the upright, this card references the need for cunning and being clever and being intelligent and knowing how to play the game. But in the reverse, this is someone who isn't particularly, they're kind of a little bit clumsy really. There's a little bit of an awkwardness I feel with this Seven of Swords in the reverse. Okay, we'll come back to that one because it's a weird combination, because this is the situation here, but this is, somebody's unhappy. Four of Cups is the situation. It's the reason for everything. Unhappiness, boredom. But the situation is around the Seven of Swords in the reverse. It might be that somebody was openly showing you something here, because the Seven of Swords in the reverse means open. And I think so, and the situation is somebody who was bored, somebody who didn't want something, and the situation is they were openly showing it. It must be you, because you're the Magician here, but how can you be openly showing it when you're the Magician in the reverse? That's you. Actually, this might be telling me that you guys are the Magician in the reverse, which shows someone. Usually Magician in the reverse isn't an angry person though. He's never angry. So I don't see you guys being angry here as the Magician in the reverse, Virgo. I see you here as being just underhanded. You're not being honest. And the situation is about looking at other potential. And I think that therefore this must be you. It must be you. I think if you were being underhanded and lacking any type of honesty, because you were looking at other potential, the situation being the Fool, you were looking for a new route, a new, a new opportunities, then it must be in your foundation. This is you guys, the Four of Cups. You were unhappy, okay? And the situation is about the Seven of Swords in the reverse, okay? And the Seven of Swords in the reverse is someone who is open, but they're usually open about what they're doing. The Seven of Swords in the reverse doesn't represent cunning though, that's the thing. It's about taking up ownership, as what I've said before. So you guys, the root issue is the situation, or the reason for everything is there was unhappiness, okay? And the situation is needing to be honest about that unhappiness. But this is what stumped me, because you guys are the Magician in the reverse. This is where it gets sticky, because why are you the Magician in the reverse? Therefore it can't be that you've been underhanded. It can't. It must be that you lacked any type of intention or get up or go, and I get the impression that you were demotivated. Let's turn it around like that. Because if you're being honest and you're looking responsibly, which is what the Seven of Swords does in the reverse, with that Four of Cups, there's boredom here, and the situation is you guys are really stepping up to the plate. This is where I was getting confused, because I was thinking, well, if they're being honest about how they feel, then why are they showing as being somebody who's being underhanded, the Magician, a con man? Why are they showing us this? Not unless it's one of those weird, fucked up human being shit, where we say one thing, but we're actually doing another. I hope it's not, because you might be. People are like that sometimes. Sometimes they're being underhanded, so they're not telling the truth. So they're saying, oh no, it's not you, it's me. You know, that's what happens sometimes. When all along, it's kind of like, well no, it's actually you, it's not me. But people will say things so they can get away with shit. And I'm wondering if you're doing that type of weird psychological bullshit that people do sometimes to get away with stuff, Virgo. I'm not saying you are, I'm probably going to get a whole heap of thumbs down now, but the Magician in the reverse is somebody who would be a con artist. I'm not saying that you are, but if you turn con artist into everyday language, really what it says is, well, I'm not being honest. I'm doing things, I'm creating a huge illusion so it makes something seem okay and it makes something look alright. But the situation is you guys want to get out of something. You want a new beginning with that Fool energy. And the root energy is that you guys were unhappy in a situation. So what you're doing with the Seven of Swords, you're trying to find a way out of it. But you're not being underhanded. You're doing everything in the daylight. You're doing everything up front like it's normal. And around that is death. So it's almost like some of you guys are not closing a chapter. You're operating inside of a situation here, I feel, Virgo, that you are maintaining some form of standards at. But you're not really being upfront about something, I feel here, to be perfectly honest with you. Now, a lot of you Virgos are going to come and say, no, Carol, it's the other person. But I'm seeing you as the Magician in the reverse. See what the situation is with death in the reverse. I think you're not letting go because you're actually still in love with someone here. Because the situation with not letting go with death in the reverse, or trying to control the situation, or not completely shutting the door, is the Ace of Cups is the situation. So when you're the Ace of Cups, you've still got feelings. So I think that you guys, I don't want to turn it into love, and we're not, you can turn it into whatever you want, but you've still got some form of investment, emotional investment, let's say, within a situation here. it's one of those weird readings where we really have to dig deep into the human mind, into the human makeup, because humans are very complex, and you're acting very, very complex, guys, in the first 2 weeks of October 2017. I'm seeing a lot of complexities here going on. You've got the Hanged Man as your challenge. I want to see what this Hanged Man is about. What's the situation going down with this Hanged Man? Well, you know, the Hanged Man and Strength are very similar. Both characters hold on. They're both very patient. Alright? And I think that your challenge is... it might be that your challenge is seeing something in from a different light or a different perspective. It might be the situation is strength. You've got complete inner confidence on how you tackle situations, on how you're approaching a situation. It might be for some of you guys, your challenge is letting go. And it might be the situation is you have built a strong bond within whatever this situation is. I'm more inclined to say that your challenge is truly letting go of a situation, because I think that you have built up something of a strong bond in terms of whatever this situation is. But the energies around you guys are the Five of Swords. And let's have a look at what this Five of Swords is about, what the situation is with this Five of Swords. I think for some of you guys, it might be the energies around you are cutting cords or cutting someone off. And the situation is about a Queen of Pentacles. So it might be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn individual. Virgo, and actually that could be you, but you know, it might be that the energies are cutting something off. If this is you, the situation is you, then it says that you're still very invested in it with this Queen of Pentacles. You still want to nurture it, you still want to grow it. If this is you, and this could easily be you. So I think that the problem is, or the energies around you guys in the first 2 weeks of October, Virgo, are literally cutting something dead, because I think this the situation is with the Queen of Pentacles, it's you. You're still very invested in whatever this situation is. But the most likely outcome will be the Six of Swords. Let's see what the situation is with the Six of Swords. Well, I think the energies, the most likely outcome will be with this Six of Swords. I think it's about changing your mind, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't think it's about moving on, because I think if the situation was moving on, we wouldn't be getting this Four of Swords as the clarifier card. The Four of Swords means to withdraw and take time out. But, you know, it could be to contemplate. So it might be for the time being, the most likely outcome will be this Six of Swords. And it could be a change of mind, because the energies around you are about cutting something out. But the situation is that there's something that you're very invested in. So the energy around you, Five of Swords, is usually, you know, what is the situation, the Queen of Pentacles? And that could be you, all right, in the centre of the reading. Somebody who's very much nurturing, somebody who's very invested in nurturing and growing and, you know, looking after a situation, whatever the situation is, looking at what is the potential for this thing. But the situation, nevertheless, the energies around you are about severance. So the energy around you with the Five of Swords is severance, and the situation is the Queen of Pentacles. So this might not actually be you. This might be somebody else that we're looking at here, because it's showing the Phase card. And it's saying the situation around you in the first 2 weeks of October, Virgo, are about severing ties with a situation. And we're asking, well, what's the situation? And it's a Queen of Pentacles, so it might be another person, or it might be a fight with another person here going on. The most likely outcome is, I think actually now it is moving on with this Six of Swords, and the situation is about trying to gain some peace, trying to gain some healing from a situation. So some of you guys, and they're pit cards, so it might just be something off a temporary fix or a temporary move from a situation, so you gain some form of insight and meditation and answers on the situation with the Four of Swords. You've got the Ten of Pentacles, what you'll experience. We'll get the situation with this Ten of Pentacles. Well, there's going to be a discussion that takes place with some of you guys with that Ten of Pentacles. It might be with family members, it might be with this particular person here, with this Ten of Pentacles energy. It might be in terms of job. I think the situation is you guys are making a massive change. You're going through a huge, huge shift in your life with that Tower energy. Okay, so it's almost like you guys are looking to make some form of arrangements because you're seeing that there's going to be a huge shift that's going to be coming in with the Tower, or some form of a shift with the Tower energy. You'll experience the High Priestess as an influence coming in, and let's have a look at what the situation is about with this High Priestess. Okay. It's interesting. I'm just going to shuffle on that again because I don't understand those two cards. Usually as a tarot reader, if you don't understand the two cards, shuffle it again. I want to see what the situation... I know you want one card, please, universe. What is the situation around the High Priestess? It's a difficult reading in a way because you're going to experience, and I don't think this is you, I think it's somebody else around you, and somebody's going to be ignoring you, okay, with this High Priestess energy. I think it's because the situation is about an Emperor, and the Emperor is usually somebody who's got great authority, great strength, great clout. I think for some reason some of you guys are being told, or some of you guys I'm not being helped in a situation. It's a really difficult reading to try and work out. I've got to be honest with you, Virgo. It really is. It's not very straightforward at all. It's not. Not in the least. Because I feel that it's almost within the first 2 weeks of October, you guys leave something. You don't want to do it, but because you've still got feelings or you're still invested in it and you don't really want to do it. But you do it. You take a little bit of a break from that. But I get the impression that what happens is that when you've done that, you're asking for help from somebody else. But I think that the help is refuted. I think it's ignored. I think that you are declined some form of help. And I think it's from an Emperor, somebody who's got the power. It might be from an important person, a family member, a father figure, for example, or somebody who's in a very strong position to do that for you, Virgo. Your hopes will be the King of Cups, and this would usually be support, emotional support. We'll see what the situation is around the King of Cups energy. Well, the situation is all about a meeting, but your hopes will be for someone to take pity, or someone to understand, or somebody to show you support in an emotional way, and it's based on the idea of a meeting that you've got with someone, a business meeting. It's almost like you're hoping that somebody gives you the benefit of the doubt through this meeting. But the Three of Cups is the outcome in the reverse. Let's have a look at why the Three of Cups is in the reverse as the outcome. Two of Swords. Okay, so Three of Cups is a lack of an agreement here in the outcome for you guys with the Three of Cups. There's no agreement going on here, whatever this is. The situation is that someone, the Two of Swords, whoever this person, it might be this Empress stroke High Priestess energy, is very indecisive and cannot make a decision on whether to help you or not. We'll get the reading again. It's really interesting and really strong. Very strong. It's at first I just thought, okay, but it just ended up being really, really strong. Really strong. We'll get the reading again. You guys, and it was really weird, you guys are, I almost feel like this has been going on for ages for some of you Virgos. Just ages and ages. And I almost feel like it's reaching its crescendo point. You guys are the Magician in the reverse. I don't think that you're being honest. I think that you are playing... I don't think even that you're doing it nastily. I don't think that you are. I just think that you're trying to save yourself from something and you're trying to save somebody else from something. And I think the only way that some of you Virgos can do that is to not be completely upfront, which is what the Magician card in the reverse is. This is somebody who's not being upfront with you. And the situation is you guys want to pursue something else, pursue something new with this Fool showing here. The foundation is showing that there's been unhappiness here. And the Four of Cups is usually a card that says, well, I'm unhappy, I'm not, you know. I think also in the foundation that you have been, with this Four of Cups, you've rejected someone. And I think the situation is you've rejected them by being upfront about stuff, or saying that you're being upfront. So what you're trying to do with this Seven of Swords in the reverse is be responsible. And here, though you're not being 100% honest, you're being as honest as you can be in this area. So with the Magician in the reverse, I would probably say that you were flowering up things. You were saying, you're a lovely person. I'm not saying it's love, but just to give you an easy example, you'd say, oh, you're an absolutely smashing person. You're lovely. Anybody would be, proud as punch, be lucky to get you. But for me, not at the minute. In other words, really, the Magician in the reverse is saying, you know what? Nah, no, thank you. Ugh, I can't. In the reverse, no, Seven of Swords in the reverse would say, you're so, you're a great person. Anybody would be so lucky to have you, but not me at the moment because. And the Magician in the reverse would say the same thing, but in his head he'd be like, oh no, I've got to get out of this. Quick, find a way to do it. Do you see what I mean? So it would almost be like you'd be saying stuff in the nicest way, but you really wouldn't be meaning it, if that makes any sense to you guys. And I think that's because around this, you don't really want to close the door on something here with the Death card in the reverse. You're leaving your options open, I feel. And the situation is about the Ace of Cups. I think that you've still got some form of an emotional investment in this situation. You don't really want it, but you're still in some way, shape or form still invested. And I think that for some of you guys, the challenge is holding on with the Hanged Man. And the situation is about having complete and utter faith in the situation. So your challenge is holding on, because do you have complete and utter faith in this situation? And that's why the energies around you will be severing ties with the situation here with this Five of Swords. Because the situation is the Queen of Pentacles. So severing ties either with an earth individual maybe, or somebody who is very nurturing, very kind. You don't really want to do it, but you got to do it because it's the right thing to do, and it's the wrong thing to do to carry on holding on. Or the situation is about, the energies around you are about severing ties because the situation is the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe you've looked at the situation and you've said, I've got to be honest. Is this really going to be something that's valuable to me? The most likely outcome, I think you guys with this Six of Swords are actually going to take a little bit of a break on whatever this situation is in order to gain some further clarity through that Four of Swords energy. You've got the Ten of Coins. So I've seen a conversation happening for you guys. It could be a conversation with the bank. It could be a conversation with family matters. It could be a conversation in work. But it could be a conversation mostly about money perhaps. And I feel that the situation is about the Tower. Something is about to, there's a major shake-up you're looking at. You're looking at making some huge change or something like that, Virgo. And that's what the conversation's around. But I think that you're being avoided with that High Priestess. I think that you're going to experience somebody's not answering your calls after this conversation. Somebody might be ignoring you after this conversation. And it's based on the notion of the Emperor. So this person can be very, very, set in their ways. They're not really interested in helping. Their logic says, well, this is something that we can't help Virgo with. All right? It looks to me you're taking a break on something here because it doesn't benefit you at the moment and you're looking to receive help on something else. Because I don't want to turn it into something big because it's only for the first 2 weeks, so that would be a huge 2 weeks, but it could still happen. It looks to me like you guys are trying to get some help from someone on this situation because you really, really need it. Alright, but it looks like you're being avoided, and the situation is about an Emperor, so it could be a bank, for example. It could be that you experience silence from a bank, the Emperor, a big establishment, somebody who's really saying, they're taking their time, they're contemplating the situation, this, that and the other. But it looks to me that you guys, it could be a family member, it could be somebody who's got great power, great authority, but it looks to me like somebody's avoiding giving you an answer on something. Or they're waiting to give you an answer because they're contemplating the situation. Your hope would be that somebody would be kind enough, King of Cups energy. And why is that? Because, you've put your case forward with the Three of Pentacles. You want somebody to take notice of you. You want somebody to approve you, because the Three of Pentacles is all about approval of plans. So you're looking for some approval of plans, and you're looking for somebody who can see beyond maybe things that you don't have. Maybe you've gone for a bank loan because you need to move. You need to get out of something, and maybe the bank is taking its time, but your hopes will be, well, maybe some kindly soul at the bank will see that I'm a good bet, in this particular meeting, in this particular plan. The outcome is there's no agreement at this time. Three of Cups, this can be a broken agreement, this can be no agreement with the Three of Cups in the reverse. It seems to me there's either a no agreement because somebody's trying to protect, could be the banker protecting their own interests if this is something to do with money you guys have gone for in the second half of the reading. It might be that the resource is about protecting your own interests. If it's a family member, they're not willing to help you maybe because they're protecting their own interests. I'm seeing that you're not receiving any agreement, any help with the Three of Cups in the reverse because there's somebody's protecting their own interests here, Virgo. Okay? It's a very hard reading to do because I almost felt like I was looking at two things and I was kind of like, oh, how does this match up with this? It could just simply be two things that we're looking at here. One thing is that you look like you're moving out of something. You don't really want to close the door entirely, but for the time being you need to end it there. And the other thing I was looking at was that you guys were asking for help from someone, but I think for some of you guys, if you're asking for help from someone, it may just be declined. What's going on with your advice? Universe, Spirit, what is the advice that you have for Virgo? What is the advice that you have for Virgo? What is the advice that you have for Virgo in this reading? Show me. It says yes. Awesome. So look. What do you mean by yes for Virgo? What do you mean by yes for Virgo? This tried to come out before. It says yes, you're going to have improving health. I don't know what that means for you guys. I just think that yes, things will improve. Okay? I think that yes, things are going to improve for you guys. Okay? Whatever that is. Yes, you are going to have improving health. And it tried throwing out improving health before. Alright? And there's no need to worry. Okay? So yes, you guys will have improving health. And there is no need to worry. Okay? So if there's money or there's help that you're asking for in terms of money for healthcare, that type of thing, I'm not sure what this is exactly because it looked like it was two stories in one to me, potentially. One might tie into the other. Maybe you're leaving someone or something and you're looking for money so you can go and purchase another property or something like that, or rent another property because you don't want to be with someone, or it's not the right time to stay in something here. Maybe I get the impression you're trying to let somebody down gently. Alright, remember the tarot is seamless, it folds one story into another, so just because you're a magician in the reverse, you're not a bastard. You might simply be just the type of person who really finds it hard to be open and honest, especially when you've got bad news for someone, and you might be just trying to do the gentle approach. Sometimes, you know, people want to make sure that they've got an avenue back in, and that Death in the reverse and the Ace of Cups seems to me to be somebody who still wants to leave a door open. Okay, so it's an interesting reading, but you've got improving health, yes, improving health, and there's no need to worry, okay? That's your reading, Virgo, and that's if you believe you'll be okay, you will. Alright, that's your reading, Virgo. I'm sorry that it took so long, and I'm sorry that I had to get my reversal book out, but I've really had to have a look at that Seven of Swords in the reverse, because I just couldn't match it up with what I was seeing in the You Now position. It made no sense to me, because this is a card about being responsible, and the Magician in the reverse is a card that says, I don't give a fuck. I don't have to be responsible, it's all me, me, me. So I couldn't understand why we had those two energies together. It wasn't very nice. I'd have been, you know, it would have made sense to see the Magician in the reverse and Seven of Swords in the upright. That makes sense. But anyway, yeah, we sorted it out at the end. I'd like to say, guys, thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I will speak to you guys really soon. Take care. Hi Virgo, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the heart. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a reading expressly for singles. Okay, this is the add-on reading onto your general reading, okay, for the first 2 weeks in October. So, you know, we've got two bonus readings. One is how does he or she feel about me, and the other one is your extended love reading, okay, that's showing up there, all right? Now, what I noticed with those readings, Virgo, is it just feels like they're for people who are in partnerships, relationships, they're going through difficulties with people that they like, or, you know, people that keep coming in and out of their lives. And I wanted to do something expressly for those of you who are single. And you can still watch this if you've got issues anyway going on with somebody who's in and out. It's up to you, but this is expressly for those of you who are single, okay, Virgo? So, Universe Spirit, show me what is coming up in terms of love for Virgo singles. Show me Virgo singles. Show me Virgo singles. What's coming up in terms of love for Virgo singles in the first 2 weeks of October 2017? Is there any love coming in for Virgo singles? Is there any love coming in for Virgo singles in the first 2 weeks of October 2017? Show me. Alright, so let's split the deck into three. Collect it back up like so. And what we're going to do, this is the past of the situation. This is the present of the situation, and this is the future of the situation. Okay, there we go. Right, so in the past, you guys might have needed to cut somebody out with the Queen of Swords energy. You might have had to cut someone out and become quite assertive. Some of you guys might have cut out a fire sign individual, male or female, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Virgo. Some of you guys, it will be that you've got two queens here and one sometimes reinforces the other. So by cutting somebody else, maybe this brought back your power it gave, because this is a powerful character in the Queen of Wands. Very assertive, very confident. Some of you guys, it might be Virgo, you needed to cut somebody out, which brought back your power and your assertiveness in terms of love here. Okay, so you've got the Two of Cups here, and usually when you get the Queen of Wands is either a fire sign female, so it might be that you needed to cut out a fire sign individual in a relationship, because the Two of Cups is about a relationship, okay? It might be with the Queen of Swords in the past, you needed to assert yourself here in order to bring the power or the passion back into a relationship, because this can be like a passionate relationship or attracting relationship. So it might have been that in the past some of you guys, I think, cut a relationship out or cut someone out so that it left you free to attract a far more balanced relationship with this Two of Cups energy showing here. In the present situation, you've had to have inner belief, strength, and also patience. It might be a Leo person around you as well. Okay, so I think that with the Strength card, really what it's saying, Virgo, you guys have had to be patient, because with this Four of Cups, I think that you've not found what you want in terms of love with this Four of Cups energy. And I think you've been waiting with this Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles shows somebody waiting, but I think that you've had to just have strength, because with this Four of Cups energy, I think that you haven't found the type of person that you want. I think you cut somebody out in the past, Virgo. And I think you did that because what you wanted to attract was a far more positive and balanced relationship with this Two of Cups energy. But I think that in the present, you've really had to be patient with yourself, because you've not been finding what you want, and you've been waiting, for some of you guys, an awful long time, and actually pondering, am I actually going to find the right person for me? The last 2 weeks of October 2017 show the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords could be a younger air sign individual, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or this might be that you need to act or you need to initiate something here. It might be that there's a younger air sign individual around you who's interested in the potential of some form of, and don't always read Ace of Pentacles as being commitment. Sometimes this can be committed to asking you out, or committed to it. Okay, yeah, I think that you're going to be initiating a commitment with the King of Cups, all right, in the future, in the next week. So something's being initiated here, because the Page of Swords can as much be an initiation card as anything else. So this is about being ready to strike on a commitment with a King of Cups. I think somebody's coming in for some of you guys, okay? I think this is going to be a water sign, energy person, potentially Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, all right? So in the past, you guys, you may have cut a relationship because what you wanted to attract with something far more balanced, okay? With the Two of Cups, a soulmate. I think you cut somebody out because it wasn't right. In the present, you've had to be strong because you just haven't seen anything that you like with the Four of Cups, okay? And you've been waiting to attract in this thing that you cut somebody else out for. The future in the last 2 weeks could show you guys communicating maybe, or initiating possibly a date with this Ace of Pentacles, or initiating something. I'm not saying this because if you're single, you can't be looking at commitment as soon as you've got with someone. It's just not possible, and it's silly, and it's too rushed. So it might be that what's coming in is somebody who's initiating a date or something with you. So this is getting ready to go out, because the Page of Swords, often if we use a keyword, is getting ready. So you guys will be probably getting ready to go out on a date with the King of Cups. And that could be a really nice individual, especially if you're looking for a balanced relationship. You can't get any more balanced than with a King of Cups or a King of Pentacles energy. So I think there's somebody coming in. You're getting ready maybe to go out on a date with an individual here. And you guys have been. And you've had to be really patient and just be like, okay, this is what's going on right now. But I think that, you know, you guys here, Virgo, it'll be a case of your patience will pay off, because I see a date coming in for you guys, okay? Okay, that's your love reading for you singles, Capricorn. Thanks for your time, and I will, Virgo, sorry. Did I say Capricorn? I'm so sorry. I meant it's for Virgo. Get it straight, okay? If I kept saying Capricorn through the video, it's Virgo, all right? Speak to you guys soon, Virgo. Take care.